Hello, welcome back to the shop. My name is Mike with Flyin Miata, and today we're going to talk about interior bits. So the kind of things that we have here in front of us today, these are the things that directly impact the kind of steering feel or shifter feel or foot feel as far as your pedals are concerned that will interact with your body directly. And so these are the kind of things that normally when you first sit in the car, these are the things that you'll feel and notice first. These are kind of your first impressions of the car normally. So while I'm going over all of these products today, if you have any questions, if you want us to highlight anything throughout the video, or just want to comment on any of these parts, feel free to leave the comment below and we'll get to you as soon as we can. So to start off, let's cover what we have here on the table. So probably the very first thing when you sit down in a car that you'll notice is going to be the steering wheel. So these two guys are Cipher steering wheels. They are not remanufactured. They're actually new steering wheels that Cipher has done a custom trim job, and it also has custom molding for thumb grips and slightly flattened bottom along both of these wheels. This is an NC wheel and this is an NA wheel over here on your right. So these wheels are direct factory replacements. And you can see that they have a cutout there in the middle where the trim stops, where your airbag will actually slot right in. So your factory airbag goes right in place of where this would have normally sat as a factory wheel. So there's no giving up airbags, you don't have to worry about safety concerns. This is just a nicer, newer steering wheel that's got a better trim than what the factory wheels ever came with. So as you can see on this NA wheel, they normally have the buttons for the horns on the sides. So instead of the regular plastic push buttons, these now have really nice chrome metallic buttons. And of course the associated wiring going with it, so that way you can hook it all up. These are really, really nice wheels. If you're not into a very modified look, but you want something a little bit nicer than your factory wheel, especially if your factory wheel is getting a little bit torn up, these are a great option. Drop right in, install just like factory, feel better than factory. Next thing that you'll probably notice is going to be shift knobs. So we do have an option of shift knobs. This is our Delrin shift knob. And this is a shift knob that is about an ounce lighter than the factory knob, but it is a little bit taller than the factory shift knob. And so this will give you a much more positive feel when you're shifting throughout the gears. It's also got a very nice grip to it. So a little bit different profile from the factory shifter. Very inexpensive as well. These are about $35 on our website, so they won't break the bank whenever you're shopping for some new aftermarket parts for your car. However, if you are looking for something a bit fancier, we also have this shifter by Cravenspeed. We've worked with Cravenspeed to be able to supply an FM branded shifter, and this particular one comes as either just the shift knob by itself for I think $119, or we also have a full short shifter kit, which is what you see displayed here on the table. So this short shifter kit is applicable for ND, the 4th generation Miatas. The shift knob itself actually is applicable to all Miatas, NAs through NDs. So if you want the short shifter jobby, I believe that's a $350 kit. Has a very nice positive engagement feel, very quick short shifts in between each gear, going through basically like almost a gated feel to it. But this has all the right geometry to shorten up your shifts and make everything a very tight, precise in between gears. Both of these knobs have the correct correct threads for NA through ND shift knob, so either one of these will fit your Miata. Next on the list is going to be our pedal cover kit. So these guys are, depending on the model, will either be a cover, they will actually bolt on top of your pedal cover, and you can see that they have kind of raised sections here around some of the holes and along the outsides, where you're going to get a lot more grip off of these than you will most of the worn out pedals, which by now are usually about flat, even though they started out with a little bit of grip. These are aluminum pieces that are CNC machined just for us. This particular pedal cover kit is an NA or NB pedal cover kit. So this one here in the middle, this is actually a gas pedal extension. So this will bolt onto the backside of your gas pedal and just extend out That way you can get a little bit better purchase if you're wanting to heel toe back and forth between the gas pedal and your brake pedal. So these are available for the NAs through NDs as well. We have a kit for any Miata. They look a little bit different depending on which application you have, but they're all essentially the same kind of concept. They're there to improve the feel of when you're trying to drive spiritedly, want to be able to have maximum traction, especially if you're sliding around a whole bunch on the track or on a spirited canyon run, if you will. So these are a great setup. Price will vary a little bit depending on which model you have, but these are definitely a worthwhile upgrade for most everybody, even if your car is a street-driven vehicle. So last on the table here, let's take a look at the Paco Motorsports seat bolster. So this seat bolster on NA and MB models is what it's intended for. It bolts to the slider rail on the outside of your seat. So this is a passenger seat. For instance, we've got it on the outside of the seat. They come in pairs, so you put one on the outside of your passenger seat and then the outside of your driver's seat, and that helps to fold that wing that normally gets flattened out over time back up into a more cushioned kind of position to help give you some support on your thighs. Normally the inside bolster on these seats doesn't really get flattened because you're not stepping out of the car back into the car. So over time, usually these ones will withstand the test of time a lot better than the outside. So putting these bolsters in there really help give you a lot more support, keep you in the seat when you're doing a bunch of sliding around on the track or, again, spirited canyon runs. So these are an excellent upgrade for NA and NB seats. In particular, they're the NA seats, and then these, the surfboard NB seats, are my favorites as far as the way that it helps prop up the bolster here. So definitely a worthwhile upgrade. It's a 2-bolt install, so it literally takes about, if you want to do both seats, maybe a half hour to install these parts. Very, very simple. You only need 2 sockets, so easy. On these parts on the table, they look well and nice, but you want to see them in action, right? So let's go take a look at the cars and we'll see what they look like actually in a vehicle. So first up, we're going to take a look. This is a NB Miata. This is Igor. Some of you probably recognize this car. It's been around the shop for a while now. So first, let's take a look and see what it looks like, just first impressions when you open the door. This car is equipped with our gas pedal extension as well as the rest of the pedal cover kit. It also has the Cipher steering wheel and the Delrin shift knob installed. I'll let Travis get a close-up view of some of these parts you can see installed on the vehicle. As you can see there, that gas pedal extension just bolts onto the back side of the gas pedal, just extending your reach a little bit so that way you don't have to work quite so hard to get your foot over there if you want to heel toe. And then on that shift knob, you can see that it is a little bit higher up than the stock shift knob, and that's intentional. Gives you a little bit more leverage to be able to get that shifter in and out of the gears. Makes shifting a breeze, really. This is one of the shift knobs that a lot of us here at FM really like. It's simple, but very effective. It really gets rid of, if you have a little bit of notchiness in your shifter, it helps to kind of clean that up, smooth up the change between gears. And then you can also see on that Cipher steering wheel, fits in there nicely. Looks like factory, only just kind of an OEM plus look with a nice textured leather. And it fits with a factory airbag, as you can see. Alright, so that's for NAs and NBs. Let's go take a look over at one of the newer cars. So this is our shop car, Andy. This is our turbocharged 4-cylinder ND. It's a 2016. And on this one, much the similar story, but with a few extra things. So on this one, we haven't yet upgraded to a Cipher steering wheel, so it's still rocking a stock steering wheel at the moment. But you can see it does have the Cravenspeed shift knob with our FM logo there on top. This is the short shifter version of the kit. As far as the way that it sits in the car, it's very natural. It doesn't feel much different as far as the position from stock. The only difference is that when you actually start using the shift knob, you'll notice that it will make a very quick snickety-snack kind of movement between the gears. And on Andy as well, we do have our pedal cover kit. So you can see on this one, it's a little bit different design. The gas pedal cover it actually does cover the entire pedal, but it does have a little bit of a wing there on the left side that you can see to help you do the heel and toe just a little bit easier again. And it's the same kind of aluminum billet construction, so lots of grip built into these pedals. Very nice. Even when your shoes are wet, you'll still have plenty of grip. If you jump in this car after it's been raining, no worries, you're not going to have any slipping issues with these bad boys. Alright, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below. We'll be answering comments even after the video, so if anything here strikes your fancy but you want to know a little bit more about them, let us know. You're also welcome to drop us an email. You can send us an email at tech@flyinmiata.com. You can also give us a call at 970-464-5600 if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, of course. Or if you'd just like to tell us how awesome these products are, we certainly like those too. Overall, these products make a huge difference to the feel of your car. If you're tired of your worn out seats, or if you're tired of getting in the car and you have a worn out steering wheel or have a worn out shift knob, something like that, and you want to brush it up a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer, but you also want it to feel a little bit more sporty, these are simple upgrades that you can do. Several of them you don't even require any kind of special tools. I think the gas pedal cover on some of the models you do have to drill a few holes, but otherwise these are all fairly straightforward, simple installations that you can do in a matter of minutes on your own car without having to take it down to a shop. So head on over to our website at flyinmiata.com if you'd like to see more. Go to any of these NA, NB, and C, and Ds on the shopper catalogs, and then check out the interior bit section to be able to see more details about these parts, as well as pricing and availability. And again, if you need anything or have any questions, feel free to reach out, and we will be in touch with you soon. Thanks again, guys. We will be talking with you next week, probably about the same time. Have a good one.